Tony instantly recognized. The bronze gilded statue in front of him was a rare treasure, but at that moment, an expert was already examining the statue. Tony's heart tensed, afraid he'd lose the chance. Luckily, after inspecting it carefully, the expert put the statue back down. Tony saw his chance and acted fast, rushed forward and offered $20 before anyone could react. He scanned the code and paid on the spot. Even the vendor was stunned. The expert finally snapped out of it, let out a cold laugh and scoffed. Judging by the design and craftsmanship, the statue was most likely a Ming Dynasty replica, with several suspicious details, not even worth the $20. The crowd around nodded in agreement, thinking Tony had been scammed, but Tony remained calm. He slowly said, "This statue was worth over 20 million. His words caused an uproar. Everyone mocked him, saying he didn't know his place. Yet Tony didn't get angry. He just smiled, turned to the expert, and proposed a bet. If he was wrong, he'd acknowledge the expert as his teacher. The vendor quickly reminded everyone that the expert wasn't just anyone. He was a senior member of the Capital Antiques Association, known for his sharp eye. But Tony was full of confidence. He casually said, his eyes weren't ordinary, they were heavenly eyes. The crowd was baffled, unaware that Tony was actually a top student from Oxford University. Because of his poor background, he was often bullied by rich heirs, until one day, he accidentally activated a god-tier system, and was granted divine eyes that could see through anything. To test their true power, he came to the antique market, leading to this very moment. The expert was enraged by Tony's arrogance, and immediately agreed to the bet. The three of them headed to the most reputable appraisal shop nearby, owned by a woman known as the Golden-Eyed Queen. Once everyone was seated, the statue was handed over. The shop owner glanced at it. Her eyes instantly narrowed. She quickly grabbed a magnifying glass and examined it in detail. The more she looked, the more serious her expression became. Minutes later, she lifted her head and solemnly said she was willing to pay $8 million for the statue. Everyone was stunned, but Tony stayed calm. He shook his head, saying he wouldn't sell it for $8 million, then boldly raised the price to $50 million. His outrageous asking price sparked complaints from the crowd, saying young people these days were too greedy. But suddenly, Tony changed the tone. The $8 million was for the Supreme Buddha statue, but within it lay a shocking secret. This immediately caught the shop owner's attention. She examined it again with her magnifying glass, and discovered hidden inside the Bodhisattva was the legendary lantern pearl, said to bring the dead back to life and grant eternal youth. Hearing this, the expert, though heartbroken, forced a smile and said, if it truly contained what Tony claimed, he would kneel and call him master. Before the crowd, they opened the base of the statue, and sure enough, two glowing pearls rolled out.